Hi, so I am here with my best friend, Tuna.
Hi. I give my permission to have this video posted online as part of the Gender Stories project.
I also give my permission to have this video posted online as part of the Gender Stories project as well. So, Tuna, let's start out with what you identify as.
I am a genderqueer lesbian, biological female.
And you're gender fluid.
Genderqueer, gender fluid.
Yeah.
Either one is fine.
So tell us a little bit about growing up and what that was like.
Okay, I've been genderqueer pretty much my entire life, although I didn't know that that's what you would call it. So long that my brother and I, who was younger, people used to think that we were identical twin brothers. And sometimes when we tell people that we weren't and I was actually a girl, they wouldn't believe that that was true.
Right.
So my entire life, I had a brief stint of femininity, experimental femininity in high school, but it wasn't really me, so I didn't really stick with it.
It was a lot more for your mother's sake.
It was for my mother's sake. I don't blame her for wanting me to fit in, but it really wasn't me. So I tried a little bit, wore a little bit of makeup, maybe even a dress or two, but it just wasn't me. So I completely gave that up, much to her dismay.
So you come home a lot and tell me a lot of interesting stories about, oh, somebody thought it was a guy again, blah, 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 and you aren't bothered by them, you just think they're more humorous or amusing. But what I find really interesting is that a lot of people mistake you for a little boy because you're so petite.
People do think I'm a little boy. Recently I was on a flight, or I was getting on a flight in one of those red states, can't remember which one. And I was wearing a cowboy hat because why not, obviously. And I was walking down the jetway after giving the lady my ticket, and she turned around and she says, excuse me, where are your parents? Little boy. And I was like, I'm 25. And I continued to walk, because that wasn't cool. She didn't have to like, call me out in front of all those people, you know. It's one thing to call me the wrong gender. I don't care. You can call me whatever pronouns you want. But when you call me a little boy in front of a bunch of people. And then on that same flight, I was hit on by a 12-year-old girl the entire flight.
So, why don't you share the thrift store story?
Okay.
The thrift store story.
So, I went to Goodwill and I found myself an awesome microscope, and I was really stoked. Pretty cool. I took it up to the counter, and the guy behind the counter was probably like mid-high school age, and he was like, oh, you want to be a scientist when you grow up? And I was like, yes, in fact, I am a scientist. I work at a lab right now. He didn't believe me, but I still got a cool microscope, and you know, that's life. I guess I'll always be a little boy.
But you also embrace it,
I do.
Right? You have your not necessarily drag king, but like Morrissey impersonator side work that you do as more she.
Yes, I am a drag king. I guess I fit into that category, but I more prefer to think of myself as a impersonator. So I go up on stage with a little bit of fake stubble, and I darken my mustache, and I sing Morrissey hits, and that's a fun way to express my gender queerness, I guess you could say. It's more about like working on my self-esteem and realizing that no matter how you present yourself as, what gender you present yourself as, people are going to accept you as long as you have the confidence to be yourself.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Bye.